yo, it's me, it's D with a capital T. Always have been, always will be the one and only milkman. Woo! Good morning.
And I'm just free. Good morning.
Yay, one side for the
It's
one
coming.
time. How
It's
you
coming.
feeling? Let's go. How you feeling this morning?
I honestly woke up. When I woke up this morning, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to tell Milk this ain't gonna work. Like this is not gonna work.
Come on now.
But after
Come on
like
now. We
five
3 days
minutes,
in. We 3 days in now. Come on.
after like 5 minutes, I came alive and I am strangely awake this morning.
Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. How that
Very
feeling
awake.
and desire to get just a little bit more sleep can go by the wayside if you just hang around long enough. Give your body back 2, 3, 4. How many did you say? 5 minutes. And then you'll be ready to go. Is that what I'm hearing you tell the people on today?
Yes.
See, I didn't know you
So
came to preach on this morning, but I heard you come with a good word.
I also made the executive decision to change my medicine date from Tuesdays to Wednesdays because somehow I always forget on Tuesday until
Okay.
I'm laying down to go to sleep.
Mm,
And the medicine is an injection.
okay.
And see the thing is I have an alarm set, but it time. So I just turned it off and then I never
Yeah.
went and got the medicine. But the
Mm.
medicine is an injection, so you have to leave it out to let
Oh,
it
so it
get
can
to
warm up
room
some.
temperature. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did like not follow the directions one time and just like did it while it was still cold because it was bedtime and I wanted to go to bed and it burned so bad. And I was like, see, this is
Oh,
why they tell you to wait. Like it was the most
okay.
painful thing ever. So I was like, not doing that again. So
Mm-hmm. What they
yeah.
say, a hard head make a soft ass.
I
Even
was like,
well
see, this is
into
why they
adulthood, we
tell
have to learn
you.
the hard way.
And they even said, it's gonna burn if you do it before that. And I was
That
like,
part.
how much could it possibly? It's just cold.
Exactly. How much could it really burn? Well, you found out.
Is it?
You found out. You found out it was a lot. For those of y'all who unfortunately have to
Don't want to experiment. I can
take
tell you,
injection
it's a lot.
medication, my friend just learned that you have to wait till they warm up before you plug them into you, or it's gonna burn just a little bit, and you might not want
Hmm.
that burn trying to go to bed. That's a
Yeah.
belly burn you don't want. I'm assuming it's a belly plunge. I'm not sure.
No, it's in my thigh.
Oh, it's a thigh plunge. Okay, see, I never
Yeah.
did the legs. See, the bio had to get the sugar shots, and so I did the tummy and the arm, the wing.
Oh, I did the tummy ones for my mom, but
Okay.
and then my blood thinners were in the stomach, but these are different than my blood thinners.
Hey, I say you put it right into the wing. That's the fastest way for it to get activated.
I just
I have no idea. I have no idea. So, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is the morning show with Milk and Brie, or as I think, recoined it to wake up with Milk and Brie. I kind of like that, but does it roll off?
wake up,
Because you know how much I love it, right?
up.
Wake
Yeah.
up, San Francisco. It's me,
No,
Danny
we can't say you can't say San Francisco.
Tanner. What was her name? If I'm Danny, you got to be. What was her?
Rebecca Donaldson.
Rebecca Donaldson. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then Rebecca got with Uncle Jesse, and then he got his
Uh,
wife finally. What was her name? Nobody remembers her, do they?
who the? Oh, you mean Danny finally got the wife?
Yeah, Rebecca's replacement, wasn't it? Didn't she work on the show with her?
Yeah. Yep, that's true.
Nobody knows her name.
I do remember that her mom was a fashion designer and redid their room and
You remember way more than
Stephanie
I do, let me tell you.
and Michelle room, and Danny was pissed because he didn't want to let them grow up.
Was that
But
have to do with the rabbits on the
um,
wall? No,
Rabbits on the wall.
you remember what you?
No.
You
That
remember
was
when
in
the
Uncle
rabbits was on
Jesse's
the
room.
room when Uncle Jesse
Yeah,
moved
no, that
in?
was in Uncle Jesse's room. That was
But that used
Michelle's
to be
room
Michelle's
before.
room,
Yeah,
right?
that was
Yeah.
Michelle's room. Okay.
Well, that's all the interior decorating I got. That's my only point of reference this early in the
Oh,
morning. You know what I mean? My
okay.
memory just ain't where yours is.
Sorry.
It's all
No,
good.
by
It's
that
all good.
time, that was DJ's room. By this time,
Oh,
that was DJ's room.
okay. So DJ had the rabbits. I forgot all about that.
No, they redid the room. It was
Okay.
a grown-up room.
Right. I mean, lo
Teenager.
and behold, it was all just one room, and they just changed it for what they needed it to be. Because it's a set.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Is.
morning, good morning,
Well,
good morning to the exotic one. I see you tapped in on this morning. I see all of y'all rocking with us on TikTok. Make sure y'all drop a comment, say what's up. We appreciate y'all tapping in. It's Wake Up with Milk and Bri. We're about to get into the meat of the matter, though, because I know we're trying to keep everything upbeat. And, I mean, I don't know that this is downbeat. See, I don't know if I'm a Debbie Downer or not, but I do have a question, similar to the question I had yesterday. In the sense that I made some observations, and apparently less than 24 hours ago, Mark Zuckerberg, Meta, which happens to be one of the platforms that we are streaming on this morning, also Twitch and YouTube, and of course, my lovely friends on TikTok. He's announced that they are rolling back the moderator guidelines, and apparently he is embracing freedom of speech, as he is noting that the recent election reshaped the socio dynamic and aspect of the country, and it shed light on what I guess society is desiring, and that is free speech. And I guess there's a priority for free speech now. But I feel like this is being like packaged under free speech. But free speech has always been important, which is why it's in the Constitution. What I thought the parameters were put in place was for truth to be had. And so I feel like this is rolling back on truth and opening up the gateways for say what you want to say. And before I give the floor to you, I do briefly recollect from constitutional law that freedom of speech is extended until the point there are certain limitations to the freedom of speech. And one of them is inciting a riot. And when that was constituted, it was in public forums. The internet was not invented. Social media was not even fathomed. So the question then becomes, what constitutes a riot in non-physical worlds? And how much does that matter? Or does it? I have no idea. That's the question I posed this morning. Is Mark Zuckerberg rolling back the truth and guising it under the pretext of freedom of speech? Or is this just what the world has always been and we're just getting back to it?
mixture of both. Honestly, like I think it's, people have always said whatever, but have people always said whatever in the sense of maybe like the newspaper or stuff? Yes. Like, where people can write in and, letters to the editor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just heard now more on a more broader scale because of the internet, which wasn't around, but people have always talked crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Is it dangerous to allow that to be seen by the masses? Yes, because we all know that there are uneducated people who don't research for themselves, who will read something and just believe it as true.
That's right.
That does pose a great risk to society. I mean,
I want to just test it out here real quick. I don't know how much of the truth is being censored right now. I don't know if they turned off the censor machines last night, but I heard
Last
that they
night.
putting that. I heard that they putting the pink slime from hamburger meat into Twinkies. Don't tell nobody I told y'all. let's see. Let's see how well the truth algorithm is still working or not. I don't know. I don't. But I heard. See,
Yeah.
supposedly I heard. Allegedly I
Yeah.
heard.
I mean, it can
So
get dangerous for sure.
so then I have another question on the other side of the coin, which then is, was the censorship that so many people complained about? I didn't complain about it as much because I didn't fall victim to it. I mean, maybe one or two occasions I fell victim to it, but for the most part, it didn't bother me. But I know a lot of people it did bother. And so, should we have been more upset that our freedom of speech was being infringed upon?
No, because I will tell you, I had one article that I post come back with a fact check thing. I've
Okay.
never been put in Facebook jail. I feel like if you don't post BS or like be crazy, then you'll be fine. Like literally,
but
I had
I mean, but now
one,
you can post whatever you want. I think.
and that's what I'm saying, and that's scary.
I think you can post whatever
That's
you
what
want.
I'm trying to say. That's scary. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
in Facebook jail, and I've had one thing come back to me as like a fact check, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I ain't never been
And
to real jail.
sometimes, but
Go
I've
ahead.
started like sharing them to myself. Sometimes I will share, but I'll put the disclaimer like I haven't read this sharing so I can come back to it later or
Come
whatever. You
on
know what I
now.
mean?
Right. Right.
But
Right.
now
Right.
I've started sending it to myself in Messenger.
Ah. Okay. 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 Speaking of messenger, side note, uh, it seems like there is an uptick in sending people, uh, forwarding people and sharing with people in Messenger. Like I feel like that was a thing for a while, but I feel like it is coming back where people are blowing up inboxes with all sorts of, funny videos, family videos, interesting videos. What are your thoughts? I have a few
Um,
people that I engage with. I ignore a lot of it because I don't have time to look at everybody's stuff that they sent me. But I tried to tap in with a few folks who we share stuff with. But what are your thoughts?
I feel like um, Meta is making it a priority to like when you hit to share, the first thing that comes up is the messenger. I think they're trying to make the messenger like insta DMs, like
Okay.
so
Yeah, yeah.
you know. I don't think it's there or equivalent yet, but I think that's
Okay.
what the aim is.
Okay. Okay. So trying to put more of a dependency on Messenger and getting people to communicate directly that way instead of have you ever gotten a phone call from somebody that you don't talk to from a regular on
Oh
Messenger?
my gosh, I haven't.
I
I
do not
haven't, but
answer it. I don't answer it.
I called somebody.
Oh Lord.
Um, this was years ago. Years ago. Um, we just talked about him the other day. Sinyo.
Okay.
I
Yeah. Oh
hadn't talked
yeah.
to him in a while, and I had moved back to Chicago, and I was just interested to see like how he was. He was on my mind for some reason or other, and he and I called him, and he was like, I had no idea that you could call people through this thing. Like I was the first call that he had ever gotten. And he answered it and we talked. But is don't mess it. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Right.
annoying. That's annoying. The chain letters and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Um but he and we talked for a while, but I've never, because of his reaction on it, I've
Yeah.
never like just called anybody else. Although he was super nice about it, but he was like, I had no idea this was again
I didn't
probably
even know
like
you could do this.
yeah, this was
And my
probably
phone
like
started
20.
making the most odd noise.
Yeah, this was probably like 2016 or something,
Ooh,
27. Like it was a minute ago.
I about to say
Like
he
when I
really wasn't
first
ready.
moved
He
back to
really wasn't
Chicago.
ready. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
when I first moved back to Chicago. And I think we might have been talking about that Alicia Keys concert or something. And I was like, let me call him. And so, yeah, but I've never called anybody else from it. The
I
only
can dig
people that call me are people that I know.
it. Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. Well, I will say that random people have most certainly called me, and that this will be people that I may not have talked to them in over 10, 20 years. Like we might exchange some likes and comments on Facebook, but sometimes I think that people take likes and comments and now they want to call you. Now they
I
want to call you.
mean, you should answer one day. You should answer one day. They might just have something really like a funny
Mm.
story or something.
They are not Ed McMahon. They are not showing up at my
You
door with
don't know that.
balloons and a
You don't
check.
know that. What if they were? What if they were? What if they were like,
Come
I
on
just
now.
won the
They is not
lottery
Ed
and
McMahon.
I just won the lottery and you inspired me so much. I just wanted to give you money.
Message me that, and then I can schedule a time to call you.
Not message me the $1 million.
Just, I mean,
No.
you had to go right past the messaging option to call me. You might.
That's like just the same with text messages and phone calls. Like I barely answer the
Now
phone.
that's
Text
two
me.
different. That's two different buttons.
Mm.
On my phone, they're right next to each other. But on Messenger, you literally
Either
have to
way,
open the
just
app
like you
and
could
go
have touched
past
that
the
button,
comment
you could have
section
touched that
up
button.
to the phone icon.
Just like you could have touched that button, you could touch that button. Text me. Okay.
Oh
Or
Lord, that's
same,
right.
I mean, I think that goes across the board. And when did we get like this? Because it's always like when you have a meeting
Yeah,
afterwards, you're like, that could have been an email.
exactly, exactly. Well, and I can remember a time when I didn't prefer text message. I'd rather just call you real quick, say what I got to say, and get on
Well,
with it.
that's when we
But
had the T9. Yes.
no, I mean, okay, I think you're right. You're right because by the time I got the slide keyboard, I was really cool with texting. But I think you're
Right.
right. I think you know what you was on to something. You on to something. I ain't really think about all the factors when it comes to that. Shout out factor.
That's
Maybe
when
they
they
can
was
give me
cost.
money with that.
Look, that's when they cost 10 cents a text. You wasn't so fond of it
Oh,
then.
I did tell you about what we did to spare parts, didn't I? The
No.
Godson's twin.
Oh,
Oh, back
just
in the
text it
day.
so you don't
So
open
back,
it.
yeah, the Godson's twin back in the day, he had got it was T-Mobile, and this was when T-Mobile was ghetto. You know what I mean? Like it was the cheap one they was trying to get everybody on. They was the what's happening thing. They was the straight talk of the day, except they wasn't prepaid. And he was able to get him in line, even though he had messed up some cell phones already. Because that was the thing, you mess up some cell phones, it got harder and harder to get a line. And so he got him a line through T-Mobile, and this is how much we love him. We would start texting that man the alphabet, one letter at a time, just randomly, and type 10 cents after it. I mean, he would have to turn his phone off. But then when you turn it back on, they just come through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. The man phone got shut off messing with us.
Y'all so rude. Y'all are so
Oh, I'm
rude.
pretty sure that bill went to collections. He never paid it. He
Oh my
never paid it.
god.
That thing went to collections.
The way I would have changed.
So quick, right? And then nobody could have had it, right? I think
Right.
that's what I would have
That would
did.
have been for my girls or my dip offs only. Like they not gonna play. Like they not gonna give
Hey,
my
don't
phone
do me like this. Don't do me
That's
like
for me
this.
to call the wee man. Like that's for me to call my girls. Like no,
Uh-uh.
y'all not. Mm-mm. And when I call you, I'm calling star 67, so you don't get
So
my
you
number.
can't have my number, right? We was trifling and slightly diabolical. Good morning to all of you on TikTok this morning. Make sure
See,
y'all
he wasn't petty
put a
enough
follow
back
on that
then.
joint.
He wasn't petty enough back then. I bet he would do it now with the quickness. Just change his number on y'all.
Well, I think because it's probably easier to change your phone number. Do you even have to leave your house to change your phone number now? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's probably an app for that or something, huh?
Back then.
I mean, I don't know what you had to do back then, but when people don't know how to do something, they build up fear in their mind about
That's
what they
true.
don't know. That
That's
man
true.
barely want to leave the house if it gonna require too many steps before you get to the car. It might have just been too much for him to handle. You know what I'm saying? It might have been too much for him to handle.
But I bet nowadays.
Yeah. So I'm what is today? Today is day 8. I'm starting day 8 on my journey back to shrunken face mode. What I can say is that I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. A good week into this thing, I'm feeling better. I don't know that my face has shrunk any in 8 days or 7 days.
I don't think it's supposed to.
No, not just yet. Not just yet. I keep watching though. I keep watching and waiting. You know what I'm saying? That's what the scriptures tell you, to watch and wait. I'm watching and waiting. And I think they say watch and wait. I'm gonna have to get a clarification on that. Somebody drop a
Well,
comment.
I don't think you should do that because a watched pot never boils. So I don't know. A watch
You trying to
never
call me a
freezes.
boiling pot? Is you trying to call me a boiling pot? Is that what's happening around here? I mean, I like pot, but I don't want it to boil. You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah. But I mean, yesterday I found it to be a little difficult. The day before, so I guess that would have been the 6th. I had made one of my chicken dishes where I make some bourbon chicken over rice, and I don't use any oil or anything like that. Just water and seasoning and everything. A little bit of brown sugar never hurt nobody. Even though we know that sugar turns to fat. So still try to minimize the amount of sugar I use. But a little bit of brown sugar on that bourbon chicken with some water and some seasoning, really let that come together. And I haven't had it since the last time I was on this healthy kick. And it was great the first night, but I struggled eating it twice yesterday. Because, when you eat healthy and you make this stuff, you're going to eat it. And so I guess I could have packed it up and froze it in the freezer or something. I was like, no, I don't want to cook nothing else. I'm just going to eat this again. So haven't eaten that for 3 straight meals. It was a little
you gotta switch it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But I will say I think my bank account is already enjoying me being on a healthy kick. Okay. Because I ain't bought no sugar cookies from the gas station. I'm not buying no pops. Did I say pop? You know how much I dislike that. I ain't buying no sodas.
Pop. No
I ain't
pop.
buying no sodas.
No pop.
You know what I'm saying to you? This is what I'm trying to say to you. So I ain't making no stops at Bojangles to get me no chicken and biscuits or nothing like that. You know what I mean? And that's $20 a pop. You know what I mean? Don't do that once a week. Whew.
Yeah.
Let me not talk about myself live on the internet.
So I don't even want to talk about what I made for dinner yesterday, but I will say that I am a fantastic cook, and
You sure have become one, I tell you. You sure have come a mighty long way. I've watched your journey, your evolution into the kitchen. Hallelujah.
Well, I mean, granted, when we started cooking, I mean, when you
No,
met
you
me,
don't
I
have
was
to
cooking in a
remind
dorm
me.
room. I was cooking in a dorm room. Like, I was using a George Foreman grill and a toaster oven and a mic.
Yeah,
Making
I
it
mean,
do what
you're
it
right.
do with
You're right.
that.
I probably should give you a little more credit for creativity, and you probably wouldn't have regular creativity if you couldn't cook. My bad.
Um,
My bad. It's only
but
been over 20 years. My bad.
right? And that's what I'm like. I don't know why people are so surprised that I can cook. Number one, I don't know what about my weight says bad cook. Number two, I have three children, two of whom are like grown. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the youngest of whom, when I tell you this boy eats so much, it's like feeding two grown men already, and he's only 13. I don't
Mm,
know how, like, he's gonna be the definition of eating a person out of house and home. Like,
right.
Tristan can move, no going down at all. Like, he just eats so much because he plays
Yeah.
basketball for hours a day. Like, he
They
just
burn so
burns,
many
you know what I
calories
mean? He
doing
just
sports.
burns,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so much. But anywho, um, I'm a
Ain't that crazy
fantastic cook.
though? Ain't that crazy? See, but that's the chemistry of the body. See, you can either choose to do so much in a day that you need to eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories, or you got to try to eat under 2,000.
Right?
What you can't do is not be a three,
Is
four,
eat for
5 star athlete.
5,000 and do nothing.
That's what I'm trying to tell to you. That's what I'm trying to tell to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Some of us out here
So
eating like we linebackers, and we
I
look
was
like them,
saying,
but we not one. We looking like substances out here.
I was saying to Layla that I have set the bar very high for the boys' wives because they gonna know how to cook. You know what I mean?
Right.
So say they come into a family situation where I cook sometimes, you cook sometimes. um Her food gonna have to be up to par with their food because the kids gonna be like, I want daddy to cook. Like,
Can we sit on that for a moment though? Because I feel like there was a period in history where a woman not knowing how to cook was okay. Like where a man was like they could overlook a woman not being able to cook. But I feel like we have circled back around. Like if you don't have that skill set, and is it even bad to say that? Because I mean, we're
I
supposed to be
don't.
sharing duties, and we're in an evolved society. But I think we're
I
getting back to a
mean,
point where a man is looking for a woman to be able to cook some.
yeah. I mean, I don't um think it was ever acceptable for a woman not to be able to cook. Um, but I think it just started becoming more acceptable for men to be able to cook,
Mm-hmm.
even though when you look at the profession of
Come
like
on,
professional chefs, most of the time they're men, and it's
right?
like, but in the house, in the kitchen, in your kitchen, you want your woman in there. Like, come on. But anywho, and the men chefs get
That's because
paid
on the
more than
Food
women chefs,
Network,
but
all
that's
the
a whole
shows is
nother
women. No, I'm
look.
just
That's
kidding.
a whole nother
Now,
because
come
we
on, now
prettier.
that's the truth right there.
We nicer to look at.
Amen. I can't argue with that. I'll never argue with that. All you have to do is say something nice about a woman, and I will never be able to disagree with you.
But
You
I
win.
think it's just becoming more acceptable for men to like share in that duty. So that's
Yeah,
why like
yeah.
women were doing it less, but I don't think it was ever personally. I still believe in some gender roles. Like, I mean, definitely the man should help cook
Mm,
sometimes. Like, it shouldn't be on the woman all the time. But
right.
the majority of the kitchen is going to fall to the woman, except for taking out the garbage. Like, that's a man's job. Um, like, because I was getting ready to take out the garbage at my sister's house, and she was like,
No,
"All
you
these
wasn't.
men," she's like, "All these men in the house." I was like, "You right? Why am I about to touch the garbage? Like, it's too many men in here." Because I had just finished the dishes and I was, I don't know, cleaning the kitchen. But anywho,
You wasn't in the mood to tell
uh,
somebody what to do. It seemed like.
like if a man is in the car, I'm not even getting out. Like, I'm not even about to pretend
Should you
like I'm
have
getting
to?
out.
Should you
Like,
have
there are
to?
certain things. I'm sorry. if it sounds so sexist, but like there are certain things that the gender roles do. Shoveling snow. If
Yeah.
mowing the grass, like if there's a man there, they should do it. If there is no man there, then I am woman. Hear me roar. But like,
Go ahead.
if there's a man there, they should be doing it.
Right. I agree. I agree. Now, I think it gets silly though, because I think sometimes folks be trying to negotiate. What are your thoughts on like negotiating domestic duties or familial tasks? Like, oh, I take this one, you take this one, or be trying to I'll take these
I
two.
would do that. I would do it for children. Like I'll do the dishes, but I refuse to do the dishes and put dishes away. So I'll do them if you put them away.
Okay.
I will mop this floor, but you gotta sweep them off first. Like
Okay.
we
So you don't
negotiate
want to
duties,
sweep, but you'll do the dishes, but you don't want to put them away. So you
right?
find some room for compromise. Okay. Okay.
I love folding laundry. Love folding laundry.
But you don't want to do it?
Everything before that, hate doing. So y'all can do as long as you keep this laundry up. I will fold y'all laundry all day long. I'm not
Okay.
gonna put it away in your drawers, but I'll fold it.
It'll be ready for you to put away. Right.
Yeah, right. I love folding
Okay.
laundry.
Well, let me ask you this question, because you only have a part-time daughter in the house right now, but you got two full-time sons in that joint. And me thinking from a son's perspective, I didn't fold my own shit when I did my laundry. I still don't fold my own shit as I do my laundry. So I imagine that your work goes in vain when they just kind of throw it in the room, or leave the basket just sitting and dig through it and take stuff out of it as they go.
I don't really care about none of that. What happens after it leaves my site is not my problem.
Because I did what I wanted to do. I did my part.
I did my part. And I should also make a small correction. What up, cousin Chris?
Yo.
A small correction. I don't have a part-time daughter, because when she comes here, she says she's on vacation. So she don't want to clean or do nothing. She did put the dishes away one time because I said I did half the dishes. There's still some pots and pans left to do.
Yeah.
If somebody puts these dishes away. So she got up in the morning and put the dishes away so I could cook breakfast.
Still has some motivation.
That's the only thing she's like. She says she's on vacation. She don't live here for real. So she don't now.
Hey, because it's so new to her, you letting her think that.
Well, I am about to take her room. She is about to lose her room this weekend. So after this, she don't live here. She comes to visit.
I want to talk to her about that after the fact, because my room didn't make it through freshman year of college either. And when I came home that summer, I was in the guest room. Do you hear me? I was in the guest room. My room had already been reallocated. Two of my brothers got to separate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it was like, and you think, you go, okay, when I come home, my room gonna be there, my stuff gonna be sitting how I had it, my little Michael Jordan poster still gonna be on the wall, my little medals are still gonna be over here, my high school awards, my whatever. No, we got to clear this sucker out.
Yep. And I mean, honestly, this summer will probably be the last summer that she comes home.
Right.
She's got an apartment for next year, and
let's go.
I'm sure she'll be staying in apartments after this. If Tristan gets in, they'll probably get a place together. So,
you know what rules you're gonna have to finagle to make that happen, unless they've changed the rules. And I don't know about the University of Illinois. I only know about the Southern Illinois University Carbondale, who didn't allow freshmen to stay off campus.
Well, no, not his freshman year, because she's already got an apartment with her roommate. For
okay.
what would be his freshman year. So it would be his sophomore year.
Okay, see, because I would be
So,
trying to slide off up in there. And I know somebody who did it, but the parent had to get the crib in their name and say that they was living with them, even though they wasn't nowhere around. You know what I mean?
uh, yeah, no, they can. He can wait till his sophomore year,
Okay,
and he
okay. See, I'm
can
not mad
tough
at
it
that
out
because
in the
I think
dorm
I think
for
it's
one
something
year.
like you would agree. I think that there's something about having that experience on campus that
Yep,
first year, really getting
yep.
immersed. You know what I mean? Then you can decide if that's not for you or whatever. But it's something about meeting people and then just throwing you right in the mix of things. You know what I mean?
Of living in the dorm and having to survive.
Well, you make it sound like it was a horrible
I mean,
experience.
no, it's not a horrible experience at all, but it's a lot of different personalities. I mean, it's a definitely like a learning experience
I
of
mean,
how
you are
to
looking at
be.
your dormitory president, aren't you? Come on now. We had a good time. Come on now.
Our dorm was lit, like
Oh, excuse me, and I'm being bogus. I'm being bogus. Your residence hall president is right in front of you. Okay.
because Layla's not. I mean, of course, she's in a different type of dorm than I was in, but she definitely isn't having the same type of like dorm experience that I did,
Yeah.
and
You know why? You know
that's
why? Because there's
unfortunate
no
for
milk
her.
there. It's
I
because there's no
know.
milk there.
It's just like I, we had so much fun,
Yes.
and I feel like we had like they could have put up like we could have been like
Oh, yes, yes, yes. We could have been
like
like the first college reality show. We could have been. Yes, yes, yes.
we had so much
It was
fun
that good,
that I
and we
didn't
had all the
realize
characters. We had
all of
all
them,
the characters.
all of them. That
Yes.
I didn't realize that wasn't like the normal college experience. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Because even my
I
sophomore
had never
year,
been
it was
before. I
so
just know how I
different.
get out, and I'm so glad that it worked out the way it did.
Yeah, because even sophomore year was so different. And this is what I was saying to
Yeah,
somebody else, or to we were talking about roommates and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Do you remember my roommates, my sophomore or my suite mates sophomore year, who lived on the other side of the bathroom with me and Gina? Because I do not. Couldn't pick them out of a lineup. Don't remember their names.
Oh, I do.
Nothing
I do actually.
about
I
them.
do. I don't. I don't remember her name. What's her name? Brittany?
What did I
No,
just say?
that was Gina and Britt, right? No, Gina
Yeah.
was Gina and Britt. No. Who was there
Yes.
was a girl. So no, this is why I remember. Is because you remember the roommate,
The roommate. Yeah.
the roommate, as I
Hmm.
coined him. He had some relations with your sweet mate that didn't pan out well. Now I don't remember her name. I remember that she had a single. I remember that nobody was in the room with her. I remember that she pushed both
Oh,
her
she had a
beds.
single.
Well, I remember that
Maybe.
she didn't have a roommate. I remember that she pushed both the beds together. And I think she might have even left after that first semester. So I wonder if that room was empty second semester. I don't know.
Is that why I don't remember nobody? Like I have
Yeah,
no idea who lived on the other side of me and Gina. Like
yeah. It
not.
was it was some bad juju that was going on that side of the floor right there for a little while.
I
And you
couldn't
done
pick that
blocked it
person
all
out
the
of a
way out.
lineup.
I'm about to say we'll have
I
to talk
couldn't pick
more
that
about it
person
off
out of a
camera.
lineup.
I can't really picture.
Now, freshman year, I can remember almost everybody on the entire floor. But sophomore year, I can't even remember my suite mate.
Yeah, wait. I wasn't there your sophomore year, was I? I was there your sophomore year. I
At
spent three.
least the first semester, because you were across the hall.
No, that was second semester. I was across the hall. So this is when you went to the
Okay.
third floor.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea who your suite mates was on the third floor. I was talking about on the 11th floor.
That wasn't my suite mates on the 11th floor were Britt and Gina.
Was there another room on the other side of them
Yeah.
that didn't share a room with nobody or nothing, did it?
I don't remember
Okay,
who
well,
was on
that's
the
the
other
room I
side
was
of
thinking
him.
about. That's the room I was thinking about. Yeah. I don't know who you look. I don't know who you was sweet mates with on the third floor.
Me neither.
I remember the dudes next door to me was pretty cool. I don't remember their names, but other than, I mean, that was a blur. I mean, by that time, things was just winding down. It was so much faking the funk going on around there. By that time, for me, I was just. I probably wasn't even supposed to still be there at that point. I look. I had lived most of my highlights by then.
We had hit most of us.
Yeah, I had lived most of my highlights by the time because I had moved off campus and then moved back on campus. And so I did 2 years in the dorm, moved off campus, moved back on campus. And then it was time to get on up out of there. I had to regroup. Y'all know what it's like to regroup. Whew. But it's after the 8 o'clock hour. And I know we got a little late start today, which is why I wasn't trying to watch the clock as tightly as it was. But we kind of got to get this thing. Started. I appreciate everybody who tapped in on TikTok this morning. Appreciate everybody who rocked with us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll be back again tonight for the after show. Look, I'm like, am I calling it right? Yes, it is the after show.
Oh my gosh, I've been seeing commercials for it, and Kayla was already, her only thing is being, you go through a breakup so publicly, blah 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 blah, and then one of the girls was like, who is your ex? And and she's like, Travis Kelsey, and it's just like, that's her only claim to fame. I really, when we watch this show, she better have something else going for her.
Let's go.
I want her to leave quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I'm not even a Swiftie or nothing like that. I do like some of her music, but I mean, I'm not no diehard Taylor Swift fan. But
right,
come on, girl, it's been over. Come on. They've been together for years, so y'all had to have been broken up longer than that. Could you get over, like, be quiet?
I mean, this is just somebody that's trying to extend their 15 minutes of fame. There's somebody trying to extend their 15 minutes of fame. They're trying to get everything they can get out of. Come on now. She might be getting more out of Travis Kelsey than Travis Kelsey is getting out of Travis Kelsey right now. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Even though he's on the front to potentially win another Super Bowl. So don't forget to tap in with us on tonight. I don't know what time because I don't remember. But look forward to the advertisement because it'll be coming up later today. And then, of course, we have the nominations episode for the Let's Vibe Awards on this coming Tuesday. And then the following Sunday on the 19th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, you can catch the Let's Vibe Awards where we will be celebrating entrepreneurs, entertainers, artists, and the like. Of course, giving out some flowers for what was 2024 and all of the amazing people that we had an opportunity to engage with. And then, as always, we'll be back tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day, and the next day for the morning show because we're never leaving. We're always going to be here 5 days a week. Okay, I know I said another day and another day. I'm not taking your weekends from you. Okay, I'm not taking your weekends from you. But don't let this thing start going well. You might have to.
Hey, I gotta work overtime on Saturday, so we can go Saturday. We just got to be done by 8 o'clock. I gotta clock in by 8 o'clock. I don't have till 8:30 in those days. I gotta clock in at 8 o'clock.
So that's it. That's it right there. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all. Until next time, I'm the Milkman,
and I'm Just Bri.
Yo.